Okay. Example, okay, let's say you are warehouse of 7-Eleven. Okay, so the warehouse of the 7-Eleven is where all the product come and put there together. We have shampoo, we have toothpaste, we have drinks, we have cigarettes, all come to that warehouse. Okay. After we mixing, we also do consolidation, where we combine small shipment of product into a higher volume shipment. Okay. After all the toiletries, the drinks arrive at the 7-Eleven warehouse, okay, they will make it into small pieces, okay, and then gather it together in the big amount to bring to one or two branch, okay. Or sometime the warehouse can be used to gather all product before put on the ship, okay, on the ship. Okay. Sometimes is for break bulk, where we receive in big amount and then we make it become a smaller shipment, okay, so that we can send to many location. Example, let's say the product arrive from ship at port in huge big container quantity, and then we want to separate it into six branch or 6 different store. So we need to make it into small shipment. So if you aware, there is many warehouse size. Okay, many warehouse size. So what is factors that affecting warehouse size? First is the customer service level. Customer service level. What kind of activity or service that you provide? Let's say in your warehouse, you provide a service to install the parts of the product. So the warehouse will be big. Second is the size of market served. Means how many your customer. So usually more customer, you need a bigger space. Sometimes because number of product that you sell. Okay, maybe you have only 1 or 2 customer, but one customer have huge volume. Material handling system. Okay, what you use? Let's say you use forklift, okay, in your warehouse. So you need some more extra space to park the forklift. Okay, let's say you have the counter to put the barcode to scan the item before put on the shelf. So there is some space for the scanning of the goods, to scan the goods in and out. Same, let's say you have a loading and unloading bay, it also include in the warehouse. Okay. Last is inventory turnover. Still remember, inventory is the goods, the freights. So let's say the inventory come and go out in a long time. So you need to have like a more space, which is to put inventory that put there for a long period of time. Okay. All right. So usually where we build the warehouse? Okay, number one, Market position warehouse. Some warehouse locate nearest to the final consumer. Usually at the final consumer. The product from the factory will go straight away to the nearest customer. Because why? From the warehouse, they have several customers. So when the warehouse is nearby the several customer, it will reduce the transportation cost to deliver or for the return. Okay. Number 2, production position warehouses located close to the source of supply or production facilities. Okay. Okay. This is usually warehouse that put the raw material to produce the product. This one is intermediate position warehouse, a midpoint between the final customer and the producer. It's not near the customer or not near the supplier. It's in the middle. In the middle. Example, warehouse at the port. Okay, at the port. Okay. So, when we say warehouse, we cannot put in our mind that is a place to put item, but actually to make the movement of item become smooth. Example, when you want to distribute the product. Okay, you want to distribute the product to the end customer. So, we just put a huge quantity of the product at the warehouse, then we package it in the small quantity to send to the several customer. Okay. And add on. Okay. This one. Information transfer. Okay. So example, you import or you export your product. So there is a warehouse where the government officer will come and do the checking, such as the custom clearance, the health department, and so on, based on type of your product. Okay. And of course, this inventory storage lah. Okay. Now we go to the next part, which is type of warehouse. I hope you're still with me. Okay. So for this one, we have a lot type of warehouse. So can we do one activity for this one? Okay, I see thumbs up. Thank you very much. Okay, I copy here and then I paste at the meeting chats. Okay. So now please choose one, but not referring to the slide. Go to your Google, your Yahoo. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, done. 10 minutes. Alright. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, good. Alright, congratulations. We got many. We got finished goods warehouse, cooperative warehouse, contract warehouse, distribution center warehouse, production warehouse, bonded warehouse, smart warehouse, value added service warehouse, consolidation warehouse, cold storage warehouse, public warehouses, reverse logistic warehouse, private warehouse, and general warehouse. This is a function and reference. You go back. If you don't understand, you can come back to me. Okay, you can come back to me. Okay, we take wine. Reverse warehouse. Manage return goods for repair, recycling, and disposal. Contract warehouse. Operated by third party under contractual terms based on client needs. Okay. Okay, alright, good. Let's go to the next part, which is, okay, activity performed in the warehouse. Okay, I make this as your work assignment for the next class on Monday. Okay, because I still in quarantine this Monday. So no need WebEx lah. You guys do this work, can?
All right, Doctor.
Okay, so you guys got 18. So divide 2 equal to 9. Right. So one group got 2%. So receivings number 1, put away number 2, value added number 3, replenishment number 4, number 5 order picking, 6, 7, 8, 9. Value added, sorting, cross-docking, release shipping. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Okay. So we jump that. Now we go to the pelletization. Okay. Inhale. Pelletization. So the vertical walls of the cargo should be correctly aligned to ensure load stability during movement and store in the warehouse. So preparing the cargo is the goods lah, barang tu. Okay. Preparing the cargo for storage. Okay, kita nak simpan barang tu. Okay, kita panggil, we call it pelletization. Alright. So you imagine this is a chef. So how they arrange chef level layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, 5 and so on. So this is about how you arrange the freight, okay, or we call it cargo. The stacking pattern of cartons or bag product should be columnar or interlocking to minimize damage to the packaging while maximize load stability. Okay, if you go to the warehouse, they are very tall shelf. So how they want to arrange it? Okay. When stacking the cargo, there should be no overhanging to prevent damage. Okay, so this part we call overhanging. Okay, overhanging. It should be like this. Okay. So the palletized cargo, including the top of the pallet, should be stretch wrap. Okay, kita wrap dia. Wrap. Use the plastic wrap. Okay. Why we need to wrap? To protect the cargo from dust. And then the wrap also help to stabilize the load. If you aware on the road, sometimes you see a lorry bring furniture, they wrap it. First, to prevent from the weather, the rain. Second is for the stability. For bag product, the top of the pallet should be covered by the piece of cardboard that is stretch wrapped to the pallet to minimize damage on the top layer during the stacking. So before we wrap, we put cardboard. Okay, alright. So usually when you bring a lot of item in one container, you need to label it. So how you label it, you can use the barcode or RF tag. Okay, what is WMS? Warehouse Management System. There is a standard one, but usually the warehouse, big warehouse, they have their own system. But some warehouse, they have several systems based on the customer system. Usually the big large customer, they have system, so the warehouse will follow the customer system. So what in the label is contain customer information. Why? Because in the warehouse, not only one customer, many company. And then the part number, the description of the product, date of receipt, when you receive it, and then where you put the product, storage location. So what is put away activity? Put away is the physical process of taking goods received and placing them within the warehouse in the location where they are to be stored and can be tracked. Okay, that's mean by put away. We receive, we scan, then we put on the rack. The location of pallets to be put away can be system allocated or determined updated by the operator. So where we want to put our product, sometimes the system will locate it. Okay, let's say goods from company A arrive. So the system said the goods for company A at the shelf number 1. So we put there. Okay. Alright. This is put away activity. Example. We bring the pallet to location and then we decide the method to update the location. Okay. Either we use a system or is manually. Let's say you use a system. So we scan the pallet and then we scan the location and then we put the pallet, okay, put the means the pallet, the product inside the pallet, okay, on the rack, on the shelf. If we decide to do manual entry, we will write the location on tally sheet and the staff will update the location in the system. Okay. So what is storage? First is location planning. All storage location need to be given an address so that the cargo pallet can be tracked. Okay. Let's say shelf number 1, layer number 2, 1-2. Okay. So the address or naming of the storage location must be systematic and allow the future addition of new location. Allow for future addition of new location. Okay, this is example. Rack number 1, level number 2, bay number 4. Let's say in the future, the warehouse put 10 more rack. So just put the number here. Rack number 11 and so on. So this is from the side view, rack A and rack B. This is from the front view, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. So this is what we call bay. Okay, bay 1 or bay 2. Sometimes they just B1, B2, okay, B1, B2, B3, B3. It's based how they want to, but usually like this. Okay. So what is rack or shelving system? Let's read. The warehouse can donate each type of storage system in the warehouse or physical warehouse location within the same or different buildings. Okay. If the company is big, sometimes their warehouse is not just one roof, got more than that. And sometimes you need to drive your car to the next warehouse. For each warehouse, rack, level, and bay, it is up to the user to design the naming convention. It can be alphanumerics or a combination of both, or it can utilize 3 digits instead of 2. Means there is no like universal worldwide standard how to naming your chef system. You go to this company, the numbering is different. You go to another company, the numbering is different. Okay. The rack or shelf number should be clearly displayed at the entrance to each rack as shown in the photo in the next somewhere. Okay. Example. Okay, so you can see the rack number, okay, the what layer, and this is the bay. And then at the rack, we can see very big, oh, A03, A02. So it's easy for you to find where is the cargo. Okay. Next, preservation of cargo. When we already scan our cargo, put on the shelf, put away, okay, put away to not throw away, okay, put on the shelf, we call it put away. So automatically it's become the responsibility of the warehouse company or the damage or theft. Okay. Stackability of cargo. Stackability of cargo and also the cleanliness of cargo. Okay. What is stackability? It's referred to the ability of cargo to stack on top of one another without causing product damage while maintaining stability. Okay. Let's say you put heavy product on top of the light product. Suddenly the light product is damaged. So it's your responsibility to make sure this not happen. Okay, because of the physical nature of the product. Sometimes because of the strength of the packaging. Okay, let's say the packaging of the things that arrive, after that got the cardboard which is very heavy, and then suddenly you just put on another pallet, on another box, there's a packaging, okay, whatever name that you use, and then the packaging for the below item is very bad. Okay, so it's broken. And then the evenness of the top of the load. Okay, so usually if you put things should be arranged nicely lah. Okay, at the top. Okay, nicely. Okay. So fragile cargo cannot be stacked. Usually fragile things we put a special place. Okay. Loads they are uneven or odd shape cannot be stacked. Let's say rock or something that cannot put in box. Okay. Pallets or drums, cartons of canned food and bag product may be stuck up to 4 or 5 pallet high. Okay. Usually if the shape is like box, okay, and this something that rigid, we can put like high to 5 level lah. Apparel product may be stuck up to pallet high. Okay, you need to know this if you work in warehouse. And then you are also responsible for the cleanliness of the cargo. Okay, I just watched a video yesterday. How different country handle the cargo at the airport. You try to find. And the best one is from China, Japan, how they really take care of luggage or items of customer that come down unloading from the airplane. Okay. So we must maintain the cargo in good clean condition for shipment of the customer client. Dirty, dust and torn packaging will be affect the customer ability to sell product at the price that they desire. Okay. Let's say you order something through Shopee. When arrived, the product is okay, but the packaging is like broken and damaged. It will broken your heart a little bit, right? Okay. Okay. So how you allocate your product in the warehouse? Which one should be in front? Which one should be at the back? Which one should be on the layer 1? Which one should be on layer 5? Okay. There is several principles that we use. Number 1, fast moving items should be kept at the most accessible location in the warehouse. Okay, such as the closed front of the warehouse, lower level of the rack, not very high. Okay, means let's say the product arrived today and then we know that we will take it out tomorrow. So no need to put somewhere that very far or very high lah. Okay. Number 2. We have the golden zone for fast moving items. Okay. And then we should make sure it far away from other item to make sure no congestion when we want to take out the product. So let's say the lorry will come and take more than one product. Let's say the lorry will come take 2 products. So what we do is we put the 2 products together next to each other. So when the lorry come, when we want to do the loading, we straight away take the both item next to each other. Okay. So this is the golden zone, which is the place where the most easiest for the worker of the warehouse to take the item. No need to climb any stair. No need to bend down to take it. Okay, so we put in the middle. Okay, next is that stock and low and slow moving item should be shifted to the upper level of the rack and toward the back of the warehouse. Okay. Okay. There is one location called predetermined location, which is we put the damaged cargo, pending survey, or we still waiting the customer's instruction, or sometimes we need to just dispose the product. Okay. Some product not released, not approved by the custom, like years, months. Okay. Sometimes it's take costly to bring back, so they just dispose it. Okay. For block or floor stacking system, each bay within a block should store only one SKU based on batch or receipt date to facilitate picking. What is SKU? I'm not sure. I will come back to you. Okay. But what I understand by floor stacking system is a warehouse that don't have the shelf, don't have the rack, where they just put on the floor. I think I'm doing your job. So sorting and packaging is here. Okay, so you do it later. Okay, releasing activity is here. You do it later. Okay. Cross-docking activity. Actually, this is cross-docking activity. Okay, you do in the assignment. Okay, housekeeping. Nowhere here. Okay. So housekeeping, where we consolidation of cargo in location. Okay, housekeeping is like we look back. Did our arrangement is good or not? Does our current way of locate the cargo giving are we really utilize the space or not? So when we have to look back, okay, on the what type of product, where should we put, so that we can free up more location to put new product. Okay, let's say got customer call and ask, got any more space for our product? Okay, so you should can answer yes. And when we do the housekeeping, when we are smart enough to arrange everything in the warehouse, it will reduce the picking time. Okay, our staff don't need to use a lot of time to go and take the item. So when should we do the housekeeping? It's suggested to do weekly. Every week, everybody come, sit down, do a meeting, look back all the items all this week. Do we put it at the proper place? Do we really utilize the space and so on? Okay. Oh, I cannot read. I'm showing this cleanliness. Okay, cleanliness. How we want to make sure the floor is clean. And then at the stacking, at the when we scan the product, we receive, we put away the product. Okay, do we let's say we do the packaging, how about the trashes and so on? Okay, cleanliness. And then the maintenance of the equipment. Do we have maintenance? Okay. Maintenance of the equipment that we use, such as if you use crane, we use forklift, we use stairs. Okay. Anything that we use, we must ensure that everything is usable and in good condition. So we must do a daily check, okay, on the MHE at the beginning of each day. Material handling equipment. Where possible, if the things need battery, we charge it at the end of each day. And make sure we remove the charger at the beginning of the next day. Carry out the monthly, quarterly to prevent preventive maintenance program with the supplier of the items. And then if got damage at the rack, we need to repair as soon as possible for safety. And then the lighting, okay. And then firefighting equipment, okay, make sure every 6 months. And then of course the pest control. Okay, pest control inspection. Apa? Anai-anai. Dalam bahasa Inggeris apa anai-anai? Okay, something that will damage the product. Okay, that's all for warehouse. Any question? Why I spend lots on the warehouse? Because this topic will be in the final exam. I will look back on the question of final exam. Last time, the one that make final exam question for this chapter is Dr. Kafi. He did mention that he want to do something on calculation, but I don't see any calculation here. So I will look back what he mean by calculate. Alright. So any question about this chapter?
No, Doctor.
No. Okay, good, good. Alright. No worries. Maybe during study week or the last class, I will do revision for final exam. Right, so I stop for now. And please, okay, please do your homework for attendance. So no WebEx class this coming Monday. Alright, okay, do this.
Doktor,
Yes.
bila due date yang attendance tu?
Jom kita buat sama-sama. Okay. Align. So hari ni, today is 5th. Okay. So is the attendance for 9. For 9. Okay, 9 9. Here. Sorry. Is it okay if the same day, 9 June at midnight? Is it okay?
Okay, Doktor.
Alright. Okay, deal. Okay, any more question? Any more question? 3, 2, 1. Okay. If no more question, first of all, again, I'm so sorry about the inconvenience to rinse up your plan. So thank you very much for today and have a nice weekend and Eid al-Adha for all the Muslim friends. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Doktor. Saya belum send attendance.
Okay, nama?
Melissa.
Melissa, have you upload your attendance verification?
No, Doktor, but dia punya tarik tu banyak yang double. Macam satu tarik tu dia 3 double.
Dia macam gini. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you the attendance.
attendance.
Okay, first nama? Ani Sabrina.
Sabrina.
Okay.
Atira
Sekejap,
Najma.
Atira Badrul. Also do for me. Bilal.
Okay. Next.
Atira
Nurin.
Badrul. Atira Badrul.
Atira Badrul. Okay, Atira.
Bilal Ahmed.
Bilal. Okay, Bilal.
Marina, Doktor.
Okay, Wardina. That's it. Nurin, Nobel, Sarmini, Anis Amanina. Okay, if nothing, that's all. Only Melissa wait. I want to show her the attendance. Okay, Melissa. Which date?
29.
29 what?
29 May.
This one.
Uh-uh.
This one. This one.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is can you see the date? Okay. This one for the midterm exam. So everybody do the midterm, but Nurin and Noble don't do the midterm. Okay, back. Okay, next is 1st May and 12th May exercise, okay? Okay, we write 1st May. Do you do the assignment for the 1st May and 12th May?
Was May.
1st May for the 1st May is the Hari Buruh, the Labor Day. This one, attendance 1st May. Okay. View all submission. Okay, so I go here as down here not submitted. Okay, you didn't submit. Melissa, do you submit here?
Yes.
Okay, so now I tick for you, yes. But, okay, let's take another one. Let's take another one. Which is the attendance for 12th May. 12th May is the Vesak Day. Vesak Day, Vesak Day. This one. Okay, Melissa, can you see?
Yang tu
Okay,
tiada dok.
this one. Let's have a check one more time. Okay. This one you not submit yet. Okay. The issue is okay, when I go back here, okay, this one you already submit. Okay. Okay. First me, okay. Your name's already inside here. So your problem is this one 12 May.
29.
The
29
29
saya sudah submit tapi dalam sistem dia not attend.
29 is the 29 tu tarikh yang saya isi attendance. Jadi memang masa 29 hari bulan tu saya isi 3 attendance. Satu untuk midterm, satu untuk assignment 1 Mei dan assignment 12 Mei. Okay. Untuk macam tu. Jadi untuk assignment yang 1 Mei ni Melissa buat. Okay. Untuk midterm exam ni Melissa buat. Okay. Cuma yang 12 Mei ni
Tertinggal.
Yang 12 Mei tertinggal. Okay. Jadi dekat sini ada nama Melissa. Sebab kat sana pun tak buat. Okay. Saya nak tick kat sini dah tak boleh sebab dah lepas 2 hari. Jadi Melissa submit assignment tu dekat portal. Submit dekat sini. Nanti saya approve.
Okey, doktor.
Boleh buat hari ini tak?
Boleh?
Okay. So sekarang kita tengok Melissa punya percentage report. Setakat hari ni. Dah cantik dah. 80. Okay. So sekejap lagi submit yang 12 hari bulan tu dia naik sikit. So hari ni saya tak akan hantar nama Melissa untuk second warning. Okay?
Okey, doktor.
Okay, settle. Alright, good.
Terima kasih, doktor.
Ya, sama-sama.
Kak,
Okay.
doktor,
Yes. Ya, Atira.
kalau untuk yang saya punya, yang dia ada repeated date tu macam mana, doktor?
Benda yang sama macam saya explain kat Melissa tadi lah.
So, saya kena submit balik jugalah kan?
Hari apa? Cuba bagi saya. Tarikh bila?
25 Mac.
Okay. 25 Mac. Nampak tak ni?
Okay.
Ada dua. Satu untuk 17 Mac. Satu untuk 20 Mac. Okay. Jadi, bila saya pergi balik kat sini. Okay. Itu adalah minggu pertama kan? Okay. Which is yang ni. Attendance 17 Mac and 20 Mac. Okay. Then saya cuba buka. Okay. Kita cari dekat 17 Mac. Okay, 17 Mac. Mari saya cari. Ada tak nama Atira? Okay. Ini kan Atira Badrul.
Yep, betul.
Okay, betul. And then yang tak ada yang mana? Kedua-dua ada.
Yang first punya tak ada. Yang second tu doktor dah accept attend.
Ini pun Atira yang sama ke? Ke Atira satu lagi?
Atira yang sama, Atira Badrul.
Oh, so okay, so tolong saya submit semula untuk tarikh 20 hari bulan, which is this one.
Okay.
Okay, tolong submit semula, nanti saya approve. Okay?
Alright. Thank you, doktor.
Okay, welcome.
Doktor, can you add me for today's attendance?
For today attendance?
Uh-uh.
Wait, let me look. They can add or not? Today attendance. 5 hari bulan 6. Anis Amanina. Okay, hari ni boleh lagi. Okay, siap.
Okay, thank you, doktor.
Okay, welcome. Anything else? Not anybody here? Okay, any more from anybody? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's all for today. Okay, thank you everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you, doktor.
Welcome.